Shifting focus, retired Lieutenant General Asad Durrani, who served as the Chief of Pakistan Inter-Services Intelligence between the years 1990 and 1992, is no stranger to controversy. When his earlier work, The Spy Chronicles Raw, ISI and Illusion of Peace was released earlier this year, he faced a lot of flack as to how a chief of the ISI could co-author a book along with the Chief of RAW. He has now published another of his works, Pakistan Adrift, which is a candid and critical insider's account of Pakistan. He speaks to my colleague Mohammed Saleh, where he admits that Pakistan will not crack down on terror organizations like the Lashkar-e-Taiba, Taliban or Haqqani network. Listen in.
I would like to draw your attention to what you've written about Pakistan's policy in Afghanistan. And let me quote what you've written here. As a policy, Pakistan does not use force against any Afghan group except in self-defense, not only because it has to live with them long after the foreigners are gone, but also because it believes that it must one day bring all of them to the negotiating table. Now, let me ask you this question. Now, Donald Trump earlier in the year had said that Pakistan had given nothing but lies and deceit to America when it had been tasked to fight against terrorism. Now, the fact of the matter is, the United States wants Pakistan to crack down on the Taliban and also on the Haqqani network. But here you quite clearly say that the Pakistan, as a matter of policy, will not resort to any military action. How is that to be reconciled?
Instead of Trump, I would have been happy to discuss this subject with someone like Michael Flynn, who was also the head of the intelligence. In fact, he was the overall coordinator. And on a program, I was pleasantly surprised when he so honestly said, both the countries, Pakistan and United States, they follow their own interests in Afghanistan, and these interests cannot be aligned. This is true. It's an external power, it's a very big power, it comes, even if it gets, it fails, it can go back. In our case, this is the neighborhood.
So are you saying in that case that Pakistan will not crack down on the Taliban and the Haqqani network?
We will never do that under pressure from any outsider. We will not do that.
And with that logic, can I extend that to what is also happening in the Kashmir Valley, that Pakistan will not crack down on the Lashkar-e-Taiba and the Jaish-e-Mohammed?
Any group, regardless of from where it comes, if it is not acting against the interests of Pakistan, Pakistan will not do that and increase its difficulties, create more enemies. Now, that's the basic principle. I think all countries follow that.
Okay, I'll just pursue that to one more argument. Now, you say that you will not crack down on them so long as they are in the interest of Pakistan. My question is, now, these groups have caused a lot of havoc in the neighborhood and have also caused a lot of problems within Pakistan itself. Now, Pakistan claims, rightly so, that it is a huge victim of terror, but it is because of the policies that have been pursued by the Pakistani deep state. How is that to be looked at?
Actually, on these things, when there are groups that operate across the border, and that again I have to, go back to the discussion that I had with Mr. Dullat, and our recipe is simple. Both the countries having agreed in Havana about a joint anti-terror mechanism, that's the only way we can take care of this cross-border problem. We can start with those groups that are harming both. And ultimately, we will find out in due course of time, we will be able to address each other's concerns too. No rocket science. This is how it works.